Hello, my friends, and welcome to a very special episode of The Madness Table, starring Will, Brendan, Sam, and Andrew. This week we're brought to you by Girl Dinner. Do you not feel like cooking and want to have pickles and cheese? Girl Dinner. Is that
All the
just
time.
a bowl of unwashed strawberries? Girl Dinner. Is that a 2-liter of Diet Coke? Girl Dinner. And if you like Girl Dinner, you should follow us on social media because anyway, we can also connect on Discord. We can chat, we can share recipes for girl dinner, like an entire tub of sour cream eaten with my hands. Girl dinner. Also, you can pop on down to Ko-Fi. Coffee? Oh, shit. you can hop on down to coffee. It's spelled K-O-F-I, which is why I was confused, even though I've done this read almost 100 times. Anyway, you can give us money so we're solvent and can keep doing the podcast. Also, Patreon. It's like coffee, but easier to spell and more well-known. You can also support us so I can have more whole cucumbers to eat raw, unwashed, the way nature intended. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great night. I sure am. You should give us reviews, not based on what I'm telling you now, but in general. You should review us. And if you're feeling spicy, hop onto the Discord and tell me what your favorite girl dinner is. Mine is a carrot that's been left out too long. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. Please make me stop talking. Will, please. Make it stop.
I love that. My favorite girl dinner is dry cereal. It's really good. It's really good. Can't knock it. All right. Well, last time you guys did what probably felt like the seemingly impossible, which was felling another demon lord, Baphomet. And you are all falling to the floor once again. Sephel, avant-garde, buried into the gut of the demon lord, its body beginning to disintegrate slowly as you all plunge and slam into the ground, which we got to roll some damage for.
I'm trying to rules lawyer myself and find. So I have higher level spell slots that I can cast it at. I'm trying to find the actual wording on that. If you can, because it's not technically an upcast. There's no benefit to casting it at a level higher than 1. But I don't know the actual ruling for using higher level spell slots for lower level spells.
I don't think that you can't.
I think you can. It's just
technically
that
wasteful.
hires. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to see if there was exact wording, but I'm just gonna. I have a second level slot open, so I'm just gonna do that.
You're gonna cast Featherfall just on yourself or on
on everybody? Because I am.
Okay, hey,
Everybody,
listen.
fucking.
We went back and forth a couple of times.
I was on the ethereal plane.
Okay, hey, that's fine.
Hey, Arnold sanctioned it. He said it was cool. He also
Arnold.
he called me a bitch a few times on the way down, but he got
He
it.
always does that.
always does.
So the rest of you, so Baphomet's body continues to plunge. The avant-garde splits from him, and you all come down to land around the corpse of this demon lord as you, Scylla, pop back into this plane of existence to be standing next to a horribly bloody Indigo.
She just
and
goes and stabs
Just
Baphomet.
punches him.
I've been
he will
fucking
not be
waiting
rising.
for this.
Yeah.
Finally, revenge shall be mine.
And I helped.
Yeah.
Actually, Scylla, you come in, you swing down, and you sever off his giant rack of iron horns from his skull as you reappear. Lara is dead. Just
Not
saying.
for long.
But Scylla...
Hey.
Oh no.
Yes. Just over Sam, you want to keep playing Lara, right? Like that's
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. All right, Indigo lands lightly, lively, does a cartwheel for no real reason, pulls a diamond out of his bag, which I think he's had since around episode 20, and will slam it into Lara's chest, and the diamond will just like liquefy in his hands and pulse through her like a defibrillator, and bring her back to 1 HP.
I think she slowly sits up and probably gets to her knees. And she pulls at her bottle, which that sounds weird to say.
Wow, interesting. Really,
It's
like,
on her
time to
knees,
start
pulls
drinking.
out
Yeah,
a
she
bottle.
is.
Okay.
She really needs some milk.
Get that girl some milk.
you know, that's what I was thinking. Obviously, milk is the number one choice of adult bottle drinks. Yeah.
She pulls out her genie bottle, which is tied to a leather rope around her neck, and she just holds it and looks up at Indigo, and probably takes his hand to stand up.
Okay. Yeah.
You saved my life.
Technically, I didn't, but I will accept the credit.
You earned it.
I restored your life to you, which is anyway. Hey, happy to do it, friend.
Yeah, you saved my life.
And like he like actually looks serious for a second. I'm glad there was something that I could do.
Mhm. I wish I could have done the same for you.
I wish I could have done it a long time ago. In the background, Sussaro is just like jumping on the iron rack, like, yeah, yes, finally!
It's like clicking his heels up in the air, holding this way larger than him rack of horns.
Oh
Indigo.
yeah, it's definitely larger.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're going to need to do something about him. Keep a sharp eye.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
You do understand.
I do.
And what is it that you understand?
I understand that he is unpredictable, much like a wild animal, and that I need to watch and perhaps tame him in order to make him safe to be around.
And what happens to animals that you cannot tame, that are
We
a
set
danger?
them loose on sanctuaries so they can run free. There's a wonderful farm upstate that my adopted family would always send my hamsters to.
That would be
Indigo.
the proper farm to send him to.
If it comes to us needing to send him to a farm, allow me to do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, I mean,
You got their contact?
yeah. If you know how to get there, sure. I mean,
I do. I'll take care of it.
this goes right over Indigo's head. He is totally like, nah, that makes sense. Yeah,
So
World
Sephel
Blue
will,
established.
if that was meant to be a private conversation, Sephel will go reconvene with them now. If not, he was already there.
I feel like he was there.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
totally there. Sephel, you are agreed.
He
Pick your new
flourishes-
friends or your old friends.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the question. What the fuck? Like Scylla, Seuss, and Netsu are all just standing around looking at this rack, like,
Scylla's
"Hey, nice
trying to
rack."
Sephel, so when you say, like, do you know what you mean by the farm? He
Mhm.
just does a spin in his hand with the avant-garde. I have them on speed dial.
Oh man.
Wow, you guys are so well connected. That's awesome.
And then he's going to violently vomit on the ground.
Oh god. Oh. Do you? Oh. Indigo.
I'm in so much pain,
Oh.
and I was so anxious.
Yeah, we are all in pain.
I thought I was gonna go to the hamster farm.
That was so bad. That was really, really bad.
Okay, well, hold up. Let me.
I can give us all a safe place to rest inside of my genie domicile, but we'll need to gather.
Or if we would, if we want to rest after we gather, what we need from here, I can take us back to the City of Ember.
What's that?
It is where we have been, it's where I have been convening with new allies. It is safe.
Oh, cool. Do they have a pool?
They have a river.
Probably somewhere they have a river, and there are hot springs that are no longer dominated by demon princes.
We were making our own fortress, and we were putting a pool in the basement for Scylla.
You are correct. We were doing that.
Sick. I'm in.
Scylla will help get the iron rack off for Seuss.
Oh, thank you. This is so... What a day. Oh, what a
Are you
red
feeling
day.
all right, Seuss? You seem to be breathing differently.
I have been better, but we are alive, and we're one step closer to making the Underdark a safe place for all.
I would have to agree. I will just take this over to the lava now.
Oh, his hands just go absolutely white knuckle on the rack of iron. I need that.
Are you sure? It's quite heavy.
Oh, don't worry. I won't need to carry it for long.
Scylla's like holding on to it, and she's like looking around for Sephel. Like,
I need an adult!
yeah.
We did tell him that he could get... We would help him retrieve the rack. That being said, I did believe at the time that it was necessary for returning Lara safely.
Why? I'm sorry. My little voices get confused. I never said that. I said that I...
No, I'm saying that is why I agreed.
Well, that's, frankly, immaterial. I get it.
I'm still not opposed to you doing what you need to, as long as it does not cause harm or hinder our larger mission. Our larger mission.
Yes.
I am concerned that your temperament matches those that belong to a certain group of people in the Coral City who lacked civility and an understanding of cultural norms.
I feel like Zeus kind of soberly looks at Sephel. Is she being serious right now?
You
Very.
have been dangerously unhinged and unpredictable since our time in the library. At times I have found myself worried if you were going too far into the beyond.
We, in the space of just a few days, have done what we would have thought was impossible before. He gestured at the puddle of ooze that was Baphomet. We have slain 2 demon lords together. Are you really going to argue with those results?
The results were gained through cooperation.
Yes.
And if you become unable to be cooperative, we lose any chance of continuing this.
I am the soul of cooperation. Unless you forget, I was one of the people sponging up Baphomet's glaive strikes while you blinked out of existence for, I don't know, 24 seconds?
It's an eternity.
A necessary 24 seconds to facilitate the final stab that killed him and keeps you alive.
I just don't know what you mean by that.
I would just say that I am all for cooperation and being everyone's friend. However, if your
Is
actions,
this Scylla?
if your actions begin to affect this group, I will no longer be your friend.
Oh, there it is. There's Scylla. I was wondering. I was like, this isn't. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I think that is where we all are, and emotions are very clearly high at the moment. We should collect what we came here to collect, and then rest.
Agreed.
Would you like me to put the rack in the bag of holding?
No, I will need it tonight.
She lets go of it.
Then you do not mind if we rest somewhere safely, and you remain outside until you have done what you need to do.
A very fair compromise.
All right then. All right, let's get what we can from this fucker in his lair, and then I'm thinking we pop out the mansion for a rest.
Okay.
Or the fortress, rather.
Where's the loot?
Where the loot at? Make perception or investigation checks, please. Or if there's anything else that you would like to do to search for things. There's a lot of fucking dead bodies. Oh, who's that for? Scylla or Lara?
Nat 20.
Oh, shit.
We win some, we lose some.
What?
Yeah, I got a nat 1 and a nat 20. I didn't declare. I'm gonna say that the first was the first spreadsheet that I've opened, which is Lara. So Lara's a nat 1, Scylla's a nat 20.
Yeah, Lara's like, fuck, I almost died again.
Yeah.
Fuck. Alright, what's everybody else got? Just out of curiosity.
Natural 19 for a 29.
Let's go.
Investigation.
Sick. Seuss is also gonna roll investigation. A paltry 24.
Okay.
And Indigo will go perception. Which is a beautiful 25.
Nice. Good looking and searching. Seuss and Sephel are both, like, you guys notice as you're picking through, like, this large mound of rubble and unfortunately combined long dead and recently dead corpses that make this mound up to this horrible makeshift throne of the former demon lord Baphomet. You're finding throughout, like, Indigo, you are picking up these large gemstones of various kinds. So is Lara. In fact, you guys find 10 large gemstones worth 1,000 gold each. Sephel and...
Sam, sorry, real quick. Who's taking this down?
Me.
Okay, you got it.
All right. Sephel and Seuss actually come upon something like that is sticking out on one end underneath a rock on a body and sticking out from the other end. And it's this beautiful white and gold trim, exquisite cloth that seems to be decorated with a number of runes on it. And as you're both kind of pulling on it, some of the rubble gets pulled away and pushed off, and you see it's this very long, elegant, hooded, white and gold trimmed robe with a little bit of red in there. And it's got all these intricate runes in it, and it seems to be almost hums with significant power within it. Scylla finds, after a long bit of searching, and you guys think you've found pretty much everything, you actually, like, put your trident down. You're like, oh man, that's a lot of searching. We found some decent loot. And you notice when your spear or the butt of your trident touches down what you thought was going to hit stone, you hear like a dull thud, like a thunk. Thunk. You tap it a couple times, like thunk, thunk. And you look down and you see it as the haft is slipped between a couple of rocks. And as you pull it up, you see this very dark looking wood buried underneath this rock. What do you do?
She'll like get down on her knees and start like pushing all the dirt and rocks away and see if she can uncover what exactly this is. And if it's seemingly has a handle, then she will try to pull on it.
You find this very small wooden box of what you would perhaps think is like maybe Zerkwood, but not quite. You haven't seen this pattern before, but it looks very intricate, and you don't necessarily see like a latch or anything on it, but as you're kind of like moving it around and tilting it, you like push on it in one spot, and you see that a lid pushes off, like kind of slides away, so that you can see that there's a cavity inside.
Yeah.
What do you do?
No hesitation. She's gonna push the lid off and set it aside. It is beautiful after all. And then peek her head in.
It's very small. It fits in the palm of your hand, your larger hands. This box and the items that come out. It's a deck of cards.
Shut the fuck up, Will.
I told you weren't gonna believe me that you rolled.
Shut the fuck up.
No!
She looks at it. Playing cards. She will look at the top one. Is that bad?
Sam!
I mean,
What's Scylla gonna do?
makes
She just
sense.
found a deck of cards. You don't want her to look at them?
Makes
Okay,
perfect
roll
sense.
me a
Makes
D100.
perfect sense.
Roll me a
I
D100,
mean, I've
please.
literally never had this item in my games personally.
For context, I feel like we need to give context.
Yes.
Andrew, Will, and I have been in many a game together.
Mm-hmm.
All of the ones DM'd by Will have at one point or another featured a deck of many things. At least one. Was it only once that they were the direct cause of a TPK?
I think
Yes,
so, yeah.
There were many times the indirect cause.
Yeah. This is the first campaign where I was like, I'm not touching the fucking deck of many things in any way, shape, or form, just
And
for the
here
pure
we
chaos.
are.
And here
And
we
here you
are.
are, because you rolled on the table for the CR of the encounter and everything, and you fucking got it.
I'm
Okay.
banishing
Sam-
this item if we survive.
I'm just saying it is completely fair that if Scylla finds a small
No,
hidden
no.
box,
No,
with
you're
a deck of cards
100%
inside,
correct.
She's gonna pull a card.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you
go
are
for it.
totally correct.
I love it. I'm
So-
loving it.
To be clear, we are metagaming, and that's why we're yelling no.
Yeah.
I got a 94.
94. I love how they redid it on D&D Beyond, so I can actually have you roll quaintly. And I have a physical deck of many things that I used at Brendan's bachelor party.
Oh, that's what you were looking for.
That's what I was looking for. So a 94. And I'm gonna pull up the card. This is
What's the
good.
card, Will?
What's the card? What's the fucking card?
What's in the box?
You pull a very nice looking crown card that says throne on it.
She like looks over at the throne.
I think this is okay.
You immediately gain proficiency and expertise in your choice of history, insight, intimidation, or persuasion. In addition,
Yo.
you gain rightful ownership of a small keep somewhere in the world. However, the keep is currently home to one or more monsters, which must be cleared out before you can claim the keep as yours.
What the hell?
So, Sam, what do you think you're going to take? History, insight, intimidation, or persuasion? You get proficiency and expertise.
It's gotta be intimidation.
Yeah. Okay.
For
All
sure.
right.
Nice.
I'm honestly amazed you don't have that already.
I have insight in already. History, I don't give a shit about.
So you pull this card, you see this throne, you automatically feel, I think this also tells you, I think it's supposed to tell you, like, you feel like you know where it is. It doesn't say that in this new version. Let me check my actual thing on here, because I feel like it used to be a thing as, like, you knew where it was. Nope, it doesn't say. It doesn't say you know. I think there is one that's like it. I feel like it does say, but
Okay.
yeah, somewhere there's a thing with your name on it. But you draw this card, you feel like you won't take no shit.
Yeah.
And as you hold it up, that card then vanishes, but the rest of the deck stays in your hand.
When that like magic pulse happens and the card disappears, she immediately thinks, oh, Sephel probably would not be. I should put this back. She puts it in the box and closes it with the plan to show Sephel.
Okay.
Which if everyone is, she'll wait until they're in the tower and keep it between them probably.
For the best.
Yeah.
Can you fucking imagine
talking as your
Seuss
friend
with the deck?
Hell no.
End of campaign.
Yeah.
If Seuss took the deck, I would just walk away and let whatever happens happen.
Whatever happens, man.
The games begin.
Because for a brief moment, he would probably become the most powerful creature in the world, but he would not stop there, and he would eventually kill himself.
Exactly, yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, you're all correct.
So you
Okay.
all do you set up this tower in this exceedingly large ancient throne room within the labyrinth, or do you set up elsewhere?
I mean, it's sealed off, right? Which kind of makes me think like,
Yeah, I guess the only hold up
There's-
I have is now
There's
that the
two other entrances into this room. The one that he had sealed eventually crumbles with his death.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is, like, is this place structurally sound now that it's, you know, the lord of this place that has manipulated the maze has died?
So far, everything feels fine.
I think
The labyrinth here existed
Right.
long before he came here, so he just had some
Yeah,
influence.
I
over
think
it.
we just set up in here because I'm gonna teleport us out anyway, or at least that's my thought. Is I teleport us out after this?
yeah,
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that makes sense.
I'm good with it.
Before we actually get in, before everyone besides Seuss actually gets inside the thing,
Thank you.
Seuss will begrudgingly ask Sephel to identify the wand and the flail, which are in his possession.
Okay.
Though I will be honest, he is really insistent that you don't touch them.
I think he has to touch them.
Does identify work that way? I think I have to touch them.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, range area is touch.
Okay, you can touch it, but Seuss will also be touching it.
You're like making sure if my hands twitch at all, you like jerk it back.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
I
very
will
hard
also
to
say, I
concentrate
think,
with you glaring at me like this.
Sephel, with your vast intellect
Yeah.
and experience in this campaign, this is like weirdly similar to how Starcaller acted at a certain point,
Oh yeah.
but Starcaller had a moral compass that forbade
no.
certain things.
Let's be very clear. Let's be above board. The only reason that Sephel has not killed you or gotten rid of you is because of the shred of loyalty to the cooperation that you have had, and the fact that you have not immediately endangered anyone yet. That is the hairpin trigger. As soon as you are a threat,
100%.
He is aware of what the situation is.
I envision Scylla is Sephel's attack dog, and she is healed. And as soon as they say anything otherwise,
no. Do you know how? Like, you do know how many people Sephel has watched fall into insanity.
Yeah.
How many people he has seen die.
Yeah.
You are nothing. Anyway. So I will identify for Sussaro.
So kind.
The monster formerly known as Sussaro. The flail and the wand.
Dr. Nut.
Should we throw the robe in there too?
Huh?
Should we throw the robe in there too?
I'm going to identify that when Sussaro goes away.
Smart
because
man.
I don't trust him.
And I would like to say, like, for the folks at home, it is from a sense of loyalty to the podcast, and also the fact that Sephel did outroll Seuss, that this is not a major point of contention.
Yeah.
I respect the roll.
Well, the wand is a wand of fireball.
Figured that one.
Yep, excellent.
The second Seuss isn't necessarily going to be of any help to you. It's called the Devotee's Censer. This rounded head of this flail is perforated with tiny holes arranged in symbols and patterns. The flail counts as a holy symbol for you. When you attack with this magic flail, the target takes an extra 1d8 radiant damage. As a bonus action, you can speak the command word to cause the flail to emanate a thin cloud of incense out to 10 feet for 1 minute. At the start of each of your turns, you and any other creature in the incense regain 1d4 hit points, and it can't be used until the next dawn. And you can proficiency with the flail allows you to add your proficiency bonus to the attack you make with it. And that's what you got. It's very nice. It can only be used by cleric or paladin.
It does not matter to Seuss, she says.
It don't matter to Seuss.
It's still shiny.
Indigo's there just like salivating like, fuck.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at it. Please? Okay. Ow! Stop biting me! Yikes! Oh my god.
Why do you have a kitchen knife? Kitchen knife that's rusty.
Don't touch that.
He's got a knife. No!
So when we have identified all of the things, I will walk Sussaro to the door of the tower.
Kicking him out.
Yes.
Yeesh.
Netsu's in the corner. She's nursing her wounds. Seuss, newly enraptured with his items of some use, but not all use, is sent outside. But Scylla, Lara, Indigo, and Sephel, with Netsu, who's kind of taking care of themselves, all remain within the tower. What happens next?
So I will further identify let's start with the robe, because I'm not going to assume that Scylla's been working the deck.
Mm-hmm.
This is a robe of the Arch Magi.
Fuck.
What did you do?
This elegant garment is made from exquisite cloth and adorned with runes. You gain these benefits while wearing the robe, and it can be attuned by a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. Armor. If you aren't wearing armor, your base AC becomes 15 plus your dex modifier. You get magic resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against spells or other magical effects. And then you get War Mage. Your spell save DC and spell attack bonus increase by 2.
Damn.
Pretty good.
So, Sephel, what's your spell save DC currently?
Currently, it is 18. Now that we've leveled up to 13.
So you'd have a spell save DC of 20.
I'd have a spell save DC of 20. I'd have an AC of 16 as opposed to my current 12. Not that 16 would make the difference with what we've been fighting, but
and then
nonetheless.
Your current spell attack bonus is what? +7?
Currently, it's a plus 12, so it'll be plus 14.
Holy fuck. And then Scylla, or not Scylla, Lara.
She's got a
yours?
spell save DC of 18 as well. Her spell attack bonus is a plus 10.
So both quite nice.
Yeah.
What do we say? Quite nice.
Quite nice.
Quite nice. Quite nice. How much? That's
Yeah.
Seuss. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How'd you get in here?
Yeah.
You thought you could keep me out.
I will say Lara has 2 attunements, and I don't feel like I particularly need this item. Like I feel like Sephel would make really good use of it. But if an attunement slot had to be freed up and Sephel wanted to give something to Lara, like maybe there's some.
Well, so first of all, I'm not.
Through Jesus, all things are possible.
Yeah. Above board, I'm not hogging this. If Lara needs it or wants it, I am willing. It would be really nice either way. I think either of us will benefit from this. The third thing that Sephel is currently attuned to is just a cloak of protection, which is giving me a +1 to AC. But that's not incredibly like
I think-
it's borderline useless for him at this point.
Well, and I think the problem is like I don't really want to give up the cloak of Arachnida, which is what she currently wears. So
Okay.
the robe is good, but I think we're
The cloak of what? Cloak of what?
cloak of spiders.
Spiders.
Yeah.
So we're okay.
Gross.
So you don't want the robe.
Unless I can wear it over my cloak, but I think Will's probably gonna say no.
I think you can only do one cloak
Yeah.
slot, but I don't know how
I
that
mean, it's
works,
not
honestly.
Pathfinder, but well, you know, do whatever.
I honestly have no idea how that works.
It's because they don't talk about it in the rules.
They
No.
don't.
Jeremy Crawford, I challenge you personally to answer this via tweet.
I challenge you to single combat.
I don't want to fight him. Kidding me? Never been a fight in my life, Will. I'm gonna choose
Oh, damn.
I'm gonna choose a public setting
mean-
for the first one. You kidding me?
So here's the thing too. So if you're not super like you don't need it,
Yeah.
I can take it for now. We can always switch that later.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, why does
So,
she
like,
give a shit? She's got a deck of many things. She can do what the fuck she wants.
Sure.
She might get something better, you know? She's got a tower somewhere.
Well, that's Scylla, not Lara.
Yeah. Still.
Yeah.
It's all Sam. Okay.
I
so
already know the tower in mind. It's so good.
I'm just
If it
saying
doesn't
that the
happen
deck of many
in-game,
things,
it's gonna be a lot.
it will stay with me because clearly neither of you can be trusted based on previous games.
That's valid.
and stories
No,
that I've been told.
no, that's 100% valid.
Yo, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so good at not pulling all the cards.
Every night while everybody's asleep and Scylla's on watch, she pulls a new card, just like,
Yeah. Just one more. One more.
just one more.
Okay.
Oh, so bad.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to
She pulls a card. Girl dinner.
Girl
you lose
My
all
favorite.
food and water rations
Yeah.
and can only eat half of your allotted food per day.
It's just Zirkwood. Yeah.
Um, At this point, I mean, this would have happened already, but when tensors did drop, I did gain a level of, or no, I had to make a DC. I had to make a save against exhaustion or something.
I don't give a shit
Yeah,
at this
I
point.
figured at this point you wouldn't. I just wanted to be honest.
I
Aw.
appreciate that. You know what? There's a few listeners that are like, oh, thank God he said it. Whoa.
They were thinking it the whole time.
They're like, he has exhaustion.
No
He
one
can't be
who
doing
has
this.
listened to this podcast this long thinks that we have any knowledge or consistency in our rules. So,
That's fair, and I appreciate them for continuing to listen at all.
okay. Does Scylla present the deck to be identified, or are you holding that close to the chest?
It will be once Seuss is outside the tower
Which at this
and-
point he is.
and everyone is kind of like
Gotcha.
settled into their own space. She will then approach Sephel while he's probably busy doing something, and
He's
she'll
like
stand.
attuning to the robe, and
Yeah, she comes up and like stands awkwardly close to you,
Sephel's in front of the mirror, like, look at this fucking robe.
He's just like flexing, like,
Yeah, right.
got like with the avant-garde and the staff, like posing dual-handed.
Sephel, are your muscles all right? You seem to be. Do you need assistance?
How
stretching?
dare you sneak up on me?
Oh, I am.
He like puts everything away.
On shame.
Oh my god, I can't
you-
believe you've done that.
I did not mean to frighten you.
Cool?
I simply needed to speak to you privately about something concerning about myself that happened after the fight. Something that I do not feel comfortable sharing with others, but because we are so close, I felt I could show you and get your input.
Do we need to go to another room? Is this...
We should, yes.
Oh, okay.
There's only 2 floors to this tower except for the
Just go
roof.
to the other floor.
Just
Or
go to
room.
the other floor.
Yeah.
Okay. So you conspiratorially climb the ladder that everybody hears you climb.
We should keep this between us, but I had to show you. And she stands and like she starts like digging in her like clothing, like trying to
What are you doing?
I put it in.
I am not comfortable with this.
And she eventually fishes out the box and holds it in both of her hands.
Oh, thank God,
Are
it's an
you
item.
keeping that?
Of course, it is an item that I found in the dirt. And she just holds it out.
Okay.
Now I should tell you, I did touch it, and well.
What is it?
And she like slides the top off, and you see it's
What's
like
in
a
the
deck of
fucking
cards.
box?
Yeah, what's in the box, bitch?
You had your chance and you fucking missed it.
Yeah.
It is a deck of cards, and when I pulled the top card,
Here, let me show you.
Hold on.
yeah,
Hold on.
just like
Qu-
this.
Quick intelligence check, real quick. He sees your hand going for it. Wait. There are a few of these.
There is one less. I did pull one.
No, there's a few different things this could be.
Oh.
What happened when you pulled one?
I felt
Wait a minute.
quite good. And then the card disappeared, and I thought, I am out of my depth. I should talk to Sephel.
Okay, we're narrowing this down. Give me 10 minutes. Don't touch anything. And I'm gonna...
Sephel's just like, that could literally mean anything. It could be
Yeah.
good right now, but we could be all dead tomorrow.
He's like, okay, not deck... He's like, not deck of illusions. There's still a few going on here. She
Yeah.
felt good. This is weird. And I will identify it.
It is, in fact, the deck of many things, and it has 21 cards now in it. 21.
Okay.
Okay. You said you felt good when you pulled a card.
Yes, I felt, like I could take on Baphomet again with my steely gaze alone, and he would cower before me.
I've
And then
never
it passed.
heard of the confidence card, but I'll take your word for it.
Yes, yeah.
That sounds sick. I'm gonna draw one now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
right.
draw 7. No.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what I did the time it killed me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we should not touch it.
There are very good things that could come from this deck. Some
Touch
of
it.
them,
Touch
some of them will make you
Touch it.
stronger. Some of them give you immense treasure or power or capability.
Pick a card.
Some of them, some of them take everything that you have and everyone that you know, or kill you on the spot.
Or the untold riches.
Untold.
All sorts of
I see. So it is a gamble.
It is a gamble at the extreme ends of the spectrum. There is no...
75% chance. 75% chance is a good thing.
That's a lie. That's 100% false.
a demon right here with us.
Yeah, the demons are just whispering into my
Yeah.
ear. Stop talking to me.
Yeah.
No, it's a human red-headed man with a slight belly who's standing right next to you, just
It's
like
just Will.
it's just me, just standing there, like,
How do
you
you
should
get here?"
totally open.
Will's
that.
like, you should
like,
touch it. You should
you
touch it.
should- yeah, you should really open up that deck. Like,
I am
blackjack
not-
it, baby. 21 cards. You can't go wrong.
Hit me. I am not going to tell you what to do with your belongings. I will tell you that I value you as a friend and do not want you to die and don't want us to die.
Mm.
So maybe we don't play with this thing as close to our end goal as we are.
Only one card will kill you.
I see.
Maybe.
I see. She
If you-
decks the redheaded man standing right there. She's like, sorry, it was being difficult to hear you. She's like,
Now I'm thinking all the shadow people that Sue sees are actually just
it's just
Will.
Will.
It's just Will.
It's
I
Will,
very
like one of those
ages.
black
I love
bodysuits.
this.
Just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so Deadpool. Hold on a moment, please. Snaps the neck of the narrator. Keep
Yeah,
going.
right.
It might be the avatar of death, but it's okay. So you can take him.
She slides the
Again.
lid back on.
Again, you are a strong, independent woman. But the pragmatic approach to this thing is throwing it in a lava pool and forgetting about it.
Well, I have to say, Sephel, I think the deck is really pretty. It is quite beautiful. And
It's
as
very
such,
nice.
when I drew the card, it disappeared, which seems to be a bit of a sadness.
So you should draw more.
Drawing more cards would mean that they disappear, and I quite like looking at them.
Scylla is smarter than any of us. Scylla is the best of us.
I will hold on to these. I can understand the draw that they have, and I will keep them in the bag. But I will not tell anyone that they exist, and so only you or I will be able to pull them from the bag.
Sounds smart.
Well, you have something to say?
I just thought of something really fucky because there is, in my opinion, no more chaotic item in the entire D&D universe than the Deck of Many Things.
Oh, hands down.
As we know from our many campaigns together, that this is an item of pure chaos, or perhaps madness. And I'm just wondering if in being in its presence, if you should roll a sanity check or not, knowing...
I think you're just trying to punish us for not using
You just
your
wanted to
deck.
draw a card,
I think you should
psycho.
fuck off.
draw a fucking card!
Listen, the thing can kill us. Leave us the fuck alone.
Pussy.
Listen, the only difference between the other two campaigns where we've had this item and this one is it is finally in the hands of a player that is mature enough not to chuckle fuck us into a TPK.
That's me.
I mean,
folks.
she did
That's
draw
me.
one.
Well,
if you want to get rid of Seuss permanently, you just leave that deck of cards outside. Just like,
Don't-
let nature take its course.
I'm not gonna tell you I didn't think about it.
Yeah, right.
You just hear from outside, they have what? And you look out and you see Will is talking to Seuss and pointing up at the window where you guys
yeah,
are.
Right.
He just flips off Scylla and runs into the darkness.
She will.
Will
put
was Andy all along.
Yeah,
That's right.
She will put the deck in the bag of holding.
Sad. Right
Should
next to
we-
the ever-beating Garisto heart that is
Yeah.
driving you actually mad.
Oh, yeah.
Should we need to use it, we will both agree together, unanimously.
Fucking nuclear codes over here? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, you need 2 keys to open the box.
Yeah.
That actually would have been a smart idea if I had taken
That's
something
good.
akin to Arcane Lock,
Yeah.
But she did.
but I didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Should we keep an eye on Seuss and rest?
I was just going to say on a more serious note. I'm getting a little worried about the doctor. Actually, getting and a little is an understatement.
Yes.
Dude's crackpot broken.
Dude's fucking busted.
I believe I understand that reference, that he
That
is...
brain be fucked.
Yes, exactly.
And I should know, I used to eat them.
I'm worried that whatever he is performing tonight with the Iron Rack perhaps will end with a further descent into madness.
You think we should kill him before he becomes stronger?
Even if he were to become stronger, we could still kill him. And he may be useful if we take on an additional demon lord.
Fair point. He does have the dragon flask.
That is a good point. The dragon is more difficult for us to kill. But not impossible.
Still doable, and we have Indigo back, as well as Lara.
Yes, I was happy to see your friends again. And I hope that we are able to keep them around forever.
We should check in on them. Things are still very... They just came back like an hour ago.
Oh, yeah.
2 hours ago. Time is
yes.
weird.
Let us do that.
Yeah. Let's go back down and reconvene everybody. Besides Suze.
Okay.
I like that Andrew has two characters, one who's a psycho and one who's normal, because then I don't feel bad for leaving him out of things.
I know. It's like we're not pigeonholing the PC, just one of your characters.
Shit
One
character.
of them, yeah.
Indigo can stay. We like Indigo.
Yeah.
Wow, hi guys!
How are you feeling, Indigo? Lara?
Well, I feel pretty good. I mean, I got the crap kicked out of me by the Demon Lord, but now that that's over, I feel fine. I mean, I'm still very badly injured, but I'm rested.
I feel terrible. We sort of teleported you straight into the big leagues, as opposed to what you were dealing with before.
Oh yeah, it feels like Bupuda was like a long time ago, power scale wise.
Yeah, Bupido is... We could probably just fucking curb stomp Bupido at this point.
I can raise him from the dead. Oh no, it's more than 10 days. Dang.
Oh yeah, he's long dead.
Yeah.
I feel quite fine as Lara holds up her genie bottle. I took a short rest.
Oh, good.
Oh wow.
So you have connected with Kayan.
Kayan. And yes.
Apologies.
Wait, you know the letters K and N?
Indigo, it is his name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And yes, I have the ability to communicate with him via a dream state.
How deep? How much of his power do you have access to?
I am no longer connected to Grazit.
Well, that's
All
great.
of my power is KN.
Who's Graz?
That's excellent.
Oh.
Oh right, you died before we figured.
Well,
yeah.
you knew Grazit, because
No,
that was
we figured this out.
Yeah.
Did we know? Okay.
Grazit was Sloopadoop, because you knew Lara connected to Grazit.
Gracklestug.
Sloopadoop was when she died and saw Grazit.
Right.
The first time.
Yeah,
it was when Grazit really showed up.
Yeah, when you died in Gracklestug, he was the one that carried you out of the Whirlstone tunnels.
Cool.
I don't think we knew what that entity was fully at that point, though.
Yeah.
We should talk about Grazit. For a time, he was my patron, and he gave me the powers that you originally knew of me in Gracklestug. However...
Yeah, you got, like, super dark and edgy. More so than...
It was a good look.
More so than you started.
It was a good look. It was a good look.
It was rather dashing, if not terrifying.
Yes. But ultimately, he promised me my wings and redemption, and I believed him. I did receive wings, but they were not... and she, like, gestures to her previous wings that are, like, folded down. They were not what I now have through Kayan. Everything Grazit shared was a manipulation, a lie, and a deceit. And he controls Gracklestug, the people, the guards, the palace, and the king.
So he was ultimately behind the corruption of the Deep King.
Correct. I've done a lot of work to reverse all of the harm that he did to that city. And that is why I need to return.
That makes sense. But if this ritual is successful, that we wish to perform, we will forcibly pull him from Gracklestug and eliminate him, along with the others.
I had a thought that perhaps we want to bring the fight to Gracklestug.
Like all of the demon lords?
Yes.
Won't that lower, like, the property values in the area?
No more than it already has. Gracklestug would need to rebuild, but my armies are in the Whirlstone tunnels and the area beyond. And I believe it is not far from this city of Ember that I've never found, but I've heard whispers of.
I forget the exact distance, but it was close. I want to say it was like 2 or 3 days travel from Gracklestug.
Yeah.
That's pretty close, because that's where I died. On the way out of Gracklestug.
And we were taken to the city after that. It's not... There have been worse ideas.
We could easily rebuild the city with the king's coffers once the battle's complete.
I'm just trying to imagine what that battlefield would look like.
The collateral damage will be catastrophic. There are miles of untended tunnels we could use.
It doesn't necessarily have to be in the city. We could split the difference and find a central location.
Agreed.
So that your armies and mine could converge.
Yes.
Hey, y'all are doing the strategic thinking. I'm just here for a good time.
I believe Gracklestug is also near the Dark Lake.
It is on the edge.
Then perhaps the Naute would also be able to participate.
You had told us that you had... Yeah, you effectively freed them, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, Dagon is still an issue, but, like...
You have both Demogorgon and Dagon somewhere in or around the Dark Lake. Yeah. You've got Grazit in Gracklestug. You've got Orcus fucking somewhere. You've got Zuktmoy back in the Neverlight Grove trying to do her awful wedding to the giant arm of Post Guy.
That's
and then you've got Jubilex as well.
Right. So we need to find some sort of central location. I don't want to fight them on the Dark Lake.
No.
But remind me, you were given a means Wasn't it basically like you freed them and they were like, here's this thing, use it to contact us, we will come to you kind of thing?
I'm pretty sure that was the timepiece. Yeah. So, like, being able to teleport back to them.
You go to them, not vice versa.
Probably go back to them and then teleport and then, like, relay a message or whatever.
Gotcha. So yeah, we should. So I guess what we need to figure out is, can and would they fight out of the water?
I would think yes, if the Triton can.
I would think so. But I guess the steps after that would be, we should gather everybody that we have on our side at this point before we perform the ritual.
Yeah.
So, like, find a location, get the army from the Whirlstone Tunnels, get the army from the City of Ember, bring in the Naute, fuck shit up.
Just to play Asmodeus' advocate, if we bring more people around the Demon Lords, won't their brains melt and they'll either die or go irreparably insane?
This is war. Perhaps.
Like, couldn't we just do it though? Like, do we need them?
We don't know. If it is just us, you just witnessed firsthand how difficult fighting one of these things is.
That sucked.
We have no measure of power of the others. They could be weaker than Baphomet, they could be stronger. We know that at least that Dagon is stronger.
I do wonder.
Is the current prince.
Yeah.
So I hear you.
I believe that if we were to bring the demon lords together, Dagon and the Demogorgon would fight each other.
We're hoping a lot of them would fight each other. They are vain, egotistical creatures. Hopefully they would do some damage to themselves before we had to. But we will ultimately have to finish the job.
What if we were to take out one more? I'm wondering if there would be an advantage to removing Zuktmoy and freeing the Myconids to participate on our side.
I love where your head's at. I gotta say, Zuktmoy, like, listen, they're all problems, right? But individually, Zuktmoy has the ability to corrupt about 70% of the biomass of Proal, which would be an incalculable loss. It would destroy the ecosystems that we rely on for food. That's really high on my list, is what I'm trying to say.
To take out?
Oh, yeah.
So you agree?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It sounded like you were disagreeing.
No,
so I was confused.
It did sound like that. Will pops up and he's like, that sounded like you were being like, no, we shouldn't do that.
Opposite Rapido. Zeus pulls Will back down. No, the ritual must be completed.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Draw a card.
I also think it would be good to take someone out of the fight that has the potential to mind control those on our sides.
So you're saying the strike team rolls for one more big score?
It would be that or Grozit.
Very good argument.
You hear out in the distance, Grozit, you are next! Come and meet your end! Zeus is just like there's like a raging bonfire somehow, and he's just standing naked in front of it, like, ah!
And we could make this a very quick errand. I do have the means to get us there.
I love a quick entrance strategy. Do we know?
Oh, I don't mean literally in the tower.
Okay, thank goodness.
No.
The tower? Oh, God.
point of order. Little awkward. We saved a lot of the Myconids that weren't under Zuktmoy's mind control.
Oh, that's
and
great.
Then we set the place on fire.
You set Still's home on fire.
I forgot that part.
When
Conveniently, Will ducks back down.
when Indigo, you should understand this.
Huh?
When there are weeds, when there are cancerous material, you must smother it or it spreads.
This is dark as fuck.
I understood that metaphor.
Now, the other thing here, so yeah, 2 points with that. One, we torched the place. Now it's still there. Just probably a lot of people are dead or irretrievably corrupted.
Yeah, it had plenty of time to. That was like a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing is I have a very strong feeling that the wedding has happened since then, or at least is much further along than it was. And we don't know if Zuktmoy has grown in power.
Well,
So I'm
You know
not
who a really good person to talk to about that would be?
who.
Stool.
How would Stool
Man.
know?
He's a fucking Myconid.
It's connected, man.
Oh, that's right. They have a huge. Yeah. Okay. So.
City
yeah.
of Ember. Talk to
City of
Stool.
Ember. Reconvene. Let's get a
Yeah.
pulse on because we were also sending all of our strike teams to like track the goings on of the demon lords we knew of as well. That was
Yeah.
one of the big points.
Mm-hmm.
So we should go back.
Indigo raises his hand.
Yeah.
I can talk to him right now.
He is not
Aside-
here.
Aside from being massively surprised, if you can do that, I'm sure he would be helpful.
Just if you have questions for him, you know, can help out.
It's mostly just.
Ask
are
him
we
what
doing
Zugoy's
this?
CR is.
Yeah. What is she up to? Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed. I'm a little bit hesitant to get in this loop of like going and fighting one-offs. But if we
Could draw a fucking card.
Scylla
Well,
gets the
yeah.
box out.
Well, is there a card that says one demon lord less? Like, what
Yeah.
are we talking about here?
I mean,
You
there
get
is
some
a
wishes.
wish.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I mean, I don't.
Because I think there's a benefit to, like, that was kind of the two paths, right? Like, either we could go one by one and do this, or the other option was the ritual. Like, at a certain point, if we're just doing all of them.
I guess I see it more as like, I'm sure that there is danger associated with the ritual beyond just like doing it. And so if we can just like make it a little easier on ourselves before we cast it. But I also don't know. I
think-
could be totally making it up.
Well, we can ask. I mean, we now have all of the ingredients. We can get a hold of Viserion and be like, hey, like, what do? Like, is it better to do one or the other at this point?
Yeah.
What the fuck is up, cow?
So I think we should either go back, or if we can talk to people remotely, we should get a pulse on the current state of things.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, if we go back, we'll have more complete information than if we play sending tag.
Yeah. So we're definitely
So
going
let-
back.
So let's go back, and then we can decide from there if we just want to set up the ritual or if we want to go strike team.
Strike team. Sorry, that wasn't me advocating. I just like saying it. Sorry.
Okay. So you stay up for a long time debating all these many, many things. And eventually you all kind of decide that heading back to the Kingdom of Ember is your best bet. And as you all head to your respective places within the tower to rest, like this were a film, the camera pans across the room, exits out a window to a large bonfire and a naked, dancing deep gnome with a large iron rack in his hands. And we'll see you guys next time.
Boy, howdy, I can't wait to find out what's gonna happen next. Just like I can't wait for my next girl dinner. I'm gonna put so much whipped cream in my mouth. Oh boy, howdy, it's gonna be falling all down my chin. Speaking of things that fall down my chin, you can check out our Discord, where you can have lovely words float down your esophagi. And speaking of guys, if you want to be a guy, come on down to our coffee page. That's coffee spelled K-O-F-I. You can drop a coin to your witchers. That's us. Or you can pop on down to Patreon. It is, in fact, easier to spell, despite being a more made-up word. Oh, man, we've had a lot of fun here today. If you want to keep having a good one, pop on down to our social media channels. We'll have a good old time doing social media things. It's memes. They're medium quality memes. You should check them out. Anyway, that's enough for episode 159 of The Madness Table.